what's something new starting for you right now? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Miya, here on Mostly in the Moment for another pick a card reading. We're looking at something new starting for you right now and what it will look like in your life right now. Day to day, daily energies from this new thing, how it looks this exact moment, which is why we have like the Fool and Ace of Wands energy here for each pile, because it's a very bright, beautiful new energy that's very big but starts immediately. So we have 6 piles here. You can choose a pile based on the number, the colors, images, emojis that resonate with you. Timestamps are below. This is a timeless reading, and it should resonate whenever you come across this. But I am recording this on the spring equinox, so that energy is even more amplified. And with that, I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 1. We're looking at what's something new starting for you right now, and then how it will look for you immediately in your life. Okay, so what's something new starting in your life in a big way and then pretty soon, very soon? Your body, and then someone you talk to, physical movements. Okay, interesting. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, you're coming together with someone. You're coming together with people more physically. Okay, so I feel like for you, pile 1, maybe you've been kind of wanting to collaborate with others, or maybe you want to find new people with similar interests, or people that you can work with, or maybe people, new friends maybe, or new friends of a specific kind of interest, or maybe people who resonate with you now. Maybe you want to see your family more, or maybe you want to see your chosen family more. Maybe you have people at a distance. Maybe you have an online community and you would like to see them in person more. So I'm hearing there's going to be moves made to see some people in person more. Maybe you're making an effort to see bands, or go see artists that you appreciate in person more. Or maybe you're kind of making a point to see your romantic partner a bit more, or go on more dates. But there's something about seeing people in person more. So I feel like you're going to be seeing people in person more. Let's see if there's like any specific reason why, or you're just going to see people more. I feel like you're going to be more social, or you're going to be showing yourself more. I feel like you had like a bit of a glow up, or will finish a bit of a glow up soon, and we're going to be seeing people more often. Personal passion project, writing, research. Yeah. So I do feel like this is like people you have like a similar interest with, like you're like-minded. It doesn't have to be a personal passion project. It doesn't have to be a hobby. It doesn't have to be work. But I do feel like it's just like people that you kind of vibe with right now. People you can talk with. People you can like kind of talk about things that you, for example, if there's like a new interest or something that's like very key to who you are now and what you do day to day almost, or week to week, I feel like you kind of want to find people who can help you with that project, or collaborate with you, or just someone to talk to in regards to whatever is going on with that part of your life. Okay, so 7 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're like okay if you don't, but it's just nice to have that. It's just nice to have that. Okay, so what will it look like in your day-to-day life? The Empress and the Strength card. Yeah, I feel like it's something like you're really good on your own. You're really good with whatever this is, whether it's a work thing or a passion thing or a side thing. I feel like you're good doing this stuff on your own, like really good, like you've accomplished some stuff. But I feel like it's now time. Like you reached a point where it's like it'd probably be beneficial to whatever it is that you are interested in or working on to collaborate with other people, see how other people's ideas, how they're working with this specific problem or issue or their creative solutions, or get inspired by their creativity. Like I feel like you're at this point where you've reached some sort of mastery, and it's kind of like it'll be beneficial to you, it'll behoove you to kind of go out and see how other people are doing it, and see if there's anything innovative that you can add on to your project, your interest, or your life. Career, yeah. And it came out in reverse, so like for some of you, yeah, it could be career oriented, because I keep getting collaboration. It's time to collaborate, it's time to collaborate. But at the same time, it doesn't, like, for me, career, like, life work is life's work. Like it could be something that you do for money, or it could be something you just do because it's your life purpose, and they could be one and the same. For a lot of people it isn't, but for some people who like actively worked on making it their things, if they aren't so lucky to already get it right away, you actively try to make the thing that you make money from something you also really love. And we're not all so lucky, right? But I feel like a lot of people, like, this is like your life's work, like this is something, or if it's not even like that high up there, like if it's not like your main life purpose, it's something that you consider a really big part of your life, a really big part of who you are, and you want to kind of work on it in your life. It's one of your, big interests or big projects in life. Okay, so what will it look like day to day? Work event. Yeah, I do feel like this is like groups of people that you will meet with often to kind of work on things. I do see like a group gathering or like a few of you gathering. I do feel like, is it more than one person? The Hanged Man. I do feel like it's like one, like there's like one person here specifically that like I feel like you get along with like really, really well. And the Ten of Pentacles. And I do feel like you do end up finding a community. I do feel like, is it all at once or no? I do feel like, yeah, it's like one or few people at once in the beginning, like right away when this energy comes in for you. And then it's like, and it's happening like now. So this person might have already come into your life, or they might be coming in like very soon. But I do feel like it's like, I feel like you're the Hanged Man here. You're kind of just like not expecting anything, and you meet one person, and you're like, yeah, this is cool. Like this might be someone who like I can probably talk to about these things. But you're kind of like not expecting anything. You're just like, yeah, I'll talk to them, and maybe I'll learn something. Maybe they'll learn something from me. But then we'll probably just go our separate ways. But it's like something better. Like something is better than nothing. And then you go out there, and it's like a series of events. And like one thing leads to another. And yeah, because 5 to the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like you're not expecting anything. Does anything happen when you meet with this person first? Yeah. So I feel like you meet with this person not expecting anything, because I feel like when you talk to them online, or, when you talk to them over video chat or on the phone, like very briefly, it was just kind of more like matter of fact and kind of more like fact based, kind of like, yeah, this is what we do. Like, this is what we're interested. We're kind of more interested in this part than this part. Like, we focus more on this area. And like, yeah, we'd love to have you come by and check it out sometime. Just give me a call or text ahead of time or something like that. And you're like, okay, like, yeah, sure. Like, let me check it out. Not really expecting anything. And then does this happen? And then I feel like there's like a chord hit. Yeah. And then I feel like immediately in that first meeting, like there's like an instant kind of connection. Like, how when you're intuitive. Like when you meet someone that you're going to be like friends with, or like you're going to have a connection with, or it's going to be important in your life, like when you first meet them. And I know you do, because you're intuitive. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. And then there's an Ace of Pentacles. So then you get an offer right away, and immediately you go from like this Hanged Man, Five of Pentacles energy, immediately to the Ten of Pentacles energy. I feel like you're kind of like let in, like there's like a group that's been like gate kept, and they like didn't let just anyone in. And when this person and you click, they're like, or these few people and you click, they're like, yeah, like power one, like, is it like you guys form it, or this is already a formed group? Five of Wands. I feel like when you and this person come together, it's kind of like, it's special because you're like, yeah, if you and this person or a few people, it's like, yeah, there's something here, like we can make this a thing. And I feel like all of you kind of like, we should do something about this. We should put this out there online to see if anyone else is like interested in this. And like then that starts like this whole thing. You guys like start like this huge community that's like very, very prosperous and like very successful and abundant, and you guys like all prosper from it. It's like very helpful to all of you. And I think like it just starts like immediately with that like first meeting, and both of you feel it right off the bat. All right, Pile One. So that's what I get for what is new starting for you right now, and it's like a big thing, and it's kind of crazy because I feel like you aren't expecting anything, and you're like, yeah, okay, like let me do this. I'm kind of good on my own, but then it turns into this whole thing. Yeah, social media, electronics. Like I do feel like you meet them online, but I also do feel like you guys do something together online. So you might create like a YouTube channel online, or you might create like an idea of an app together, or you might create like some sort of online group together. There's something about like, or like maybe online business together. Like there's something where you guys come together to create something, and you do use like you do find each other through the internet, and you also do something to create a bigger group using the internet. Something to like work on every week or so. Let me see if I can get a timeline for you guys. I usually evening, depends on location. Yeah, so I do feel like a lot of you are like literally physically meeting up with someone, and I feel like it's at a distance. So I do feel like you end up going like later. Like I feel like this person reaches out to you like, hey, like come out and like see what we're up to, and like see if it's like interests you or whatever. And you're like, yeah, sure. And then like you kind of like, I don't want to go. And then you kind of like wait the last minute, and you're like, okay, fine, like I'll finally go. Like at the end of the week or at the end of the month, you're like, okay, fine, or at the end of the season. Because I feel like depending on the distance and depending on how you feel about going somewhere that far right now, like that will kind of delay you going. Or maybe it's close enough, and so you're like, okay, even though it's close, I still feel like even if it's close, I still feel like, you're like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like meeting this new person, and like, you know, hearing like they're probably not gonna say like stupid things about this. They're probably not gonna know anything. Like I'm just gonna waste my time. Like I'm not really in the mood to meet new people. And then like you go, and then it's like all this stuff happens, and then how you guys come together depends on like how far they are, because I feel like that's going to be a huge like influence on you coming together with this person. I feel like, or this group, I feel like you start kind of making moves to figure out how to meet with these people in person more often, and so you're figuring things out. And like I feel like that's the trajectory of like the next few seasons for you, is to figure out like how you can meet up with this group that becomes like really like interesting and fun and kind of like important to you in the next like few seasons. You're like, I gotta figure this out. All right, pal one, so I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, I would really appreciate like a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pal 2. We're looking at what's something new starting right now for you. Okay. And then how will it look in your life right now? So what's something new starting in your life right now? teddy bear and sunglasses. Okay. Interest in you. Someone's interested in you. Blooming romance, flirting, want to date. Okay. Watching, looking, stalking. Okay. There's someone who's interested in you or will be soon. And they're kind of like watching you and seeing kind of like, you know, what you're like. And if you're interested in them, they're kind of watching like how you react to things that you say. Or maybe they're kind of in your proximity, so maybe you work with them or live around them, or you're friends of friends or something like that, and so they're kind of just like watching you and like trying to see like, are you available, are you interested, and things like that. Let's see. The Magician, because they want to make a move, but they want to make sure it's right. I don't think they're gonna like wait to make a move. I feel like they're gonna make a move regardless of what you're up to. Like they're not like, I feel like they're not like stalking you to hope that they can like get in your good graces and ask you out. I think they're just kind of checking like, when does she have a second? When does he have a second for me to kind of ask her out? Like I feel like this person is kind of someone who kind of like makes moves. And they know what they want, and they see that they want to date you. And so I'm not getting like kind of like someone who's like too shy or too insecure or too like not in the right energies to ask you out or to see if you're interested. I feel like they're just kind of figuring out when's the best time to ask. And I don't think there's someone who's going to wait. Like once they see the window, they're going to go up to you, you know, like maybe you're talking to someone, or maybe you're like kind of working on a big project or something, and they're like, okay, as soon as pile 2 is done, I'm gonna like go up to them and ask them out. Because I do feel like that kind of like urgency with the Magician in reverse, like this kind of energy of like, they're not like trying to learn so much about you to ask you out in the perfect way. They see you, they're interested in you, they're just waiting till like you stop talking to the group or until they can get you alone to talk to you or something like that. Not a creeper vibe I'm getting, because I'm like watching stalking, but no, it's they're just trying to see when they have a moment to grab your attention. Just cute. Okay, anything specific? Okay, so because these narcissists came out in reverse: love bombing, self-absorbed, one-sided. I feel like for some of you, pile 2, this is I feel like my my alarms went off, because you might have had a situation, I'm getting, where you did have someone interested in you recently that weren't taking action, and they were kind of being creepy. So this is kind of like juxtaposed to that, whereas this is someone who's not going to try to try to manipulate you by like love bombing you and then taking it away and like trying to play games with you, like pretend that they're interested, but then like pretend that they're interested in your friend, or like talk to you a lot and then like stop talking to you right away, and like trying to get you to admit that like you you know, someone who's not going to play with your emotions. And the golden mirror here, because I feel like this is that, like I feel like there's a reason that like I'm getting for you, pal, too, that you had a person who was like everything you're not looking for at this point in your life, to show you and remind you of like someone that you would have gone out with. And then like the golden mirror here, like there's someone who comes in who's like showing you exactly the energy you're in now. And I feel like the previous person was kind of not even a test, because I feel like you're too strong to even go for someone like that again, or ever. But I do feel like this new person coming in, it's like the universe saying, yes, you're finally here. Okay. This card wants to come out. Twin flames. Yeah, I feel like the previous person, so it's kind of crazy. Some of you, I'm getting like this is someone who was like recently in your life or in your life now, or someone that you just thought of recently, someone who reached out to you recently, something like that. Like someone who doesn't have the cojones to kind of take that leap in love. And I feel like you are someone who is very love driven. And you worked on yourself in regards to relationships a lot, and you know what you deserve and what you don't. I think it's kind of interesting because I'm getting for you, pile two, really like strongly for some reason, that you were thrown people your way that were completely not your energy right now, like, or anymore. And I feel like you're kind of like just like, wow, like, I feel like there's maybe people who came back from your past, or maybe you just had like a little review of relationships you've had in your past, and it's just kind of like bewilders you, like how you even stood this person, or like how far you've come, something like that. Okay, so yeah, I do feel like this person is legit, and they are very, very compatible with you, like very, very like on the same page. And the Five of Swords in reverse, I'm getting this, like, it's like hard to find anything wrong with this person, and they find it's like hard to find any faults with you. I feel like the two of you are just like it's kind of like, you know, the people who don't ever fight or argue. And you know, even I, who did relationship readings for like almost a decade, like, I find it healthy when you can have an argument with your partner, you know, like a healthy disagreement, and be able to talk about it, even fight sometimes if that's like your temperament. Like, you know, there's like people who have like a more hot temperament, and people who because they're either born into a family like that, or just had like life circumstances like that, no one like taught them, and you know, they didn't bother to learn. And then people who actually took the time to emotionally mature and not try to freak out on everyone and fight hardcore all the time. But there's people who don't fight at all, and they just hold it in, and that's worse. But like, people who can get that, like, that middle ground where they can have a disagreement, they don't have to pretend that they agree with everything the partner is doing. They don't have to ignore serious issues of themselves or their partners, and they can actually talk about it in a mature way. You don't have to be perfect, but at least be able to talk about it without like freaking the F out. Like, I feel like that's really healthy. But I feel like this person and you guys are so on the same wavelength. So I'm getting like, it's like hard to find fault with each other. Like, both of you, like, like, I feel like both of you are so mature relationship wise that it's hard to, like, even if you have a disagreement or don't agree with the other person's doing 100%, which rarely happens, like getting with you two, it's like hard to like not see it from their point of view. And therefore, you guys do not have explosive disagreements or arguments ever, or hardly ever. So it's that type of that level of compatibility, like the way that you to even emote and discuss issues is like that aligned, which is crazy, crazy cool. I'm hearing like you're thinking, you're like, do I miss it? Do I miss the drama? And then you think back to like all the drama. You're like, no, I don't. Okay, so let's see, how does it look in your life right now, day to day life? How is it coming into your life? How does it look today, next day? Clocks. I feel like this person doesn't like need time to figure out like if they like you or not, or if you guys get along or not. After a certain point, like, yeah, it's good to kind of date someone and get to know them, but if you know yourself really well, and if you have worked on your discernment abilities and your abilities to kind of ask the right questions and discern really well, it doesn't really take that long to know if, you know, you and the other person are compatible. I feel like you guys like don't waste time getting to know each other, like spending time, quality time, and like, you know, having fun, but like really getting to the core questions. I feel like at this point I'm hearing with the two of you kind of know what you want. And it's not like you are rushing to get married or have kids. It's just like kind of like, I'm good alone, but I know like, but I'll know when the right one comes along, kind of thing, you know? Is the type of energy I'm getting from from this connection, from this new thing starting? Coffin. Yeah, new beginnings. Reborn. I feel like the two of you are so ready to kind of move forward. I'm getting that energy of like, yeah, there's no point in like waiting around or anything. Like, if we know, we should just move forward. And there's a bit of like kind of like wanting to enjoy things, but like you guys are enjoying each other's company so much. It's like, why waste time when we already know? It's that type of energy. Like, I feel like both of you are like, let's get to the good part, you know, the meat of the sandwich. Guardian of Swords, the Queen of Swords in reverse. All these cards came out in reverse. Yeah, I think it's happening sooner than you think. And I think you are even kind of like, and they are even kind of like, this is happening fast, or this is happening sooner than I thought. Like, it doesn't happen like too fast. It happens at like a perfect divine timing. But like, I think both of you are kind of like, this is happening much faster than previous relationships. And even if you guys, either of you, both of you, had a toxic trait of getting into relationships too quickly, I feel like both of you can slow it down and have slowed it down. But this is like something that's like, when you know it's right, it's right. I feel like both of you are too relationally like mature to make those kinds of mistakes again. Okay, so yeah, so what does this look like in your day-to-day life? Camera, reminiscing, making memories. I feel like you guys are kind of like getting to the good part. Like, you guys are already, you know, like those couples that know like you're gonna get married, so you start doing something like right away. I think my cousin, she had this cute idea. Like, she knew when she met the person, and so she had a calendar and she would write down like all the cute dates that they had so that she can give it to them on like an anniversary in the future or something like that. But things like that, like I'm getting like taking pictures, like specific kinds of pictures. You're like, oh, this is gonna look cute in like our wedding or something like that. Like, you know, like that type of energy. Like, you guys already know. And so you guys are already kind of doing like maybe making kind of traditions, or kind of like, you know, when you're kind of starting a relationship, you're more willing to do kind of stupid, crazy, fun, new things. I feel like both of you like really, really kind of lean into that energy and like appreciate it, laugh harder, stay up later and talk longer, share deeper feelings, and like try to get every last drop out of every moment together, especially in the beginning, because you guys know, you know, like that type of energy. Hammer. Sabotage, rebuild, persistent, working on it. Yeah, with the reborn, tragic endings, and rebuild energy, I do feel like both of you are coming from a difficult cycle, or like the ending of a difficult cycle. Maybe the ending wasn't so difficult, but the whole cycle in general was kind of hard. So maybe there was a big breakup and it took some time to get over the breakup and get your self back on your feet. And both of you are good at, but then they're in a good place, or you're in a good place now. Or maybe you had an issue with your work and, you know, you're really kind of struggling to kind of figure out your career situation, and it took a while, but you're finally there, and now you can like date again. Or maybe you were trying to find yourself, or maybe you're trying to really be happy in life again, or feel excited about life again, or, you know, you want to kind of figure out what you want in life. Did you want marriage and kids? Did you want a partner again? Do you want to live with somebody? But there's, or maybe there was like an addiction or a bad habit, or maybe you just didn't like the way that you were living life day to day. You know, come home, play video games, drink a beer, wake up and drink coffee and do it all over again, kind of thing. Like there's an energy of like both of you kind of finished off a tough cycle, but it's been a while since it's been like the hardest part of the cycle. Like, you guys both got to a good place, but both of you recognize like you guys did work. You guys did some work to get here. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, the Ace of Swords is like an immediate feeling of like both of you feel like you're on the same page, because without even saying it to each other, like what you've been doing in the past, whatever, however long, years, whatever, both of you recognize this energy of like, I'm ready to start new and I know what I want and I'm ready for it. Like that type of energy. All right. So pile 2, really interesting. Let me see. Yeah. Something new starting for you. Transportation. I'm getting moving away from an ex. I think, oh my goodness, I think there might be like a toxic ex, or maybe an ex who thinks that they can has a shot with you, or maybe there are like a few people interested and you're not interested in them. Maybe some people, maybe some like lingering energies around you. Maybe where you are is like people that you don't resonate with or something. So I'm getting like you need to move away from that energy. Like you need to move away from that old energy. And you feel like you need it, because I feel like this person too, they're like, I need to move away from my old life, at least right now. And I feel like you're in the same place. And for you, especially with love, and I do feel like you also are ready to accept abundance, even if it's not like in terms of like money. I'm getting like in terms of like someone who gives you life, who gives you energy, a partnership that gives you more in life, goals and energy and visions and love. Like I feel like it's like someone who's giving you like abundance. Like I think you're ready for it, because I feel like, oh, what was it? Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of things were kind of empty in your life. Like you're trying to, like, I feel like whatever you're dealing with, you substituted like these real things that you needed in your life. You needed, good energies, good people around you that brought good energy, that brought inspiration and motivation and encouragement and support and like real like energy giving fun and entertainment. Good people to hang out with, and it turned good people to talk to and trust and set goals with. And I feel like because of the lack of that, you were substituting it with people who weren't that good or were like good enough in the moment, or with like hobbies or habits that were kind of just filling the void. But now that you're whole again, and this person is whole, both of you kind of recently, newly whole, ready to kind of have more energy, have more abundance, and it starts with each other. All right, pile 2, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 3. We're looking at what's something new starting in your life for you right now, and what will it look like in your day-to-day life. Okay, so what's something new starting in your life right now? Held in reverse. Okay, 3 cards. Rise, and then persistence. Okay, there's something that you've been kind of holding on to because it's been helping you a lot, and it's been helping you a lot. Something with that is happening. Let's see what is happening with that. 2 of Wands, a door is opening for you. Wow, the 10 of Cups to extreme amount of happiness. Okay, so I feel like whatever this is something that you've been working on for a very long time, and I feel like it has to do with your creative or intuitive gifts. So this is something that helps you kind of express yourself. It like allows you to express your voice, who you are, and maybe your voice has changed a bit or become more and more authentic, more you, as you've been able to express this more and more. I'm getting with this artist here, and like this butterfly, I'm getting kind of this energy of like maybe it's some sort of art or music or a side project, maybe something that you work with your hands with, or something that kind of allows you to be kind of creative. I do feel like it's more creating something. It's not like video games unless you're creating video games. Yeah, I feel like it's something that you create, pure creation, and it's helping your intuition. And it could be doing tarot, it could be painting for sure, it could be cooking more. But I feel like this is like something like you've been doing for a long time, like a decade or more, like around that time. Like this is something that you've been working on for years and years and years. And I feel like you kept with it because it kept resonating with your true authentic self, and allowed you to kind of express yourself and express the way that you channel divine energies the best. And I feel like you held on to it, even if it kind of didn't make money, even if you didn't always have time for it, even if other people didn't really understand. Even if no one else really got to see it, or even though you sometimes spent like too many hours working on it, like I feel like you kept with it. And I feel like there's a door opening that is leading you to a lot of happiness because you stuck with this. Dreamer. Okay, so I feel like your dream is coming true. Planting a seed. So planting seeds and eagle. Okay, so there's like a long-term plan for this. I do feel like you have a vision and you're putting it out in the world, and that's like important. I'm feeling like creator source energy is saying like that's important. Like you have a vision, you have an idea. No matter how small or big you think this idea is, like you are a piece of the puzzle. You're an important piece of the puzzle, and it's important that you put your vision for the future of this planet and for humanity and for whatever you're interested in that you think is important. It's important that you put that vision out there. You are a big piece of the puzzle. So like I feel like you have a dream, like, oh, if this was like something I got famous for, or if I made a lot of money for, if I got, a really acknowledged for, like people recognize me for it, I got accolades for, rewards for, like wouldn't that be great? And it's that kind of like, I feel like you're like, oh, that would be nice if I got kind of recognized for this kind of creative outlet that you have. But I do feel like it's kind of like not important if you do or don't. Like it's just your thing that you kind of are meant to put out there, it. But like that's how it happens, right? Like you have, even if you are like a painter and like no one sees your paintings, but like maybe a friend or someone sees it once and it inspires them and makes them feel like, oh my gosh, like my friend painted this beautiful painting, like it's inspiring me to get into what I should do to express myself. And or in that painting it was just like so much of this emotion, like how beautiful, like it's just creativity inspires others to do what they think is important and to express themselves in their unique way for that thing that they feel is most important. So creativity makes the world go round. It's almost the same like wavelength as intuition, and it's usually created out of love, but emotion mostly, right? But when you love your medium, you can use it to express any emotion. And most of the time, even if you're feeling a darker emotion, when you're able to express it, it will turn to love. There's something about sharing it though, because I feel like I'm hearing it's like it's secret or it's quiet. Let's see. How does this look in your day-to-day life? Home and joy. I do feel like it like really raises your frequency, and it really raises the frequency of your home and like wherever you do this creative work. And I feel like for most of you, it's in your home. It significantly amplifies the high frequency, protective, divine energies around your home. Like, so high. And that's significant because, let's see, Seven of Wands, Knight of Wands. It works in both ways. Like, you know, it keeps out negative energies, but it attracts positive energies that you want to come in. So it creates more joy for you, knowing that your joy is protected and the people that live with you in your home are also protected, but also that you bring in more positive opportunities and abundance and people into your life stronger because you do this creative thing in your home. Okay, so what's starting for you then? What's this like? How does it start for you? Teacher. I do feel like whatever you do is like really like you're good enough that you can teach other people how to do it, or maybe you teach through your methodology. Creativity, yeah. See, you're gonna be a creative. You got to be a creative teacher. Like I feel like, is it on purpose or is it like by just being an example? Purpose. Two of Swords in reverse. Example. Yeah, by being an example. Your life purpose is through just living your best life as a creative soul. Like at least one of your purposes, but this is a big one. Because you do it not for any accolades or attention, fame or money. You do it because you love it. And you do it because you can express your authentic self. And that's the key. That's the key, right? To be living this life. What Source wants for all of us is to be ourselves, be ourselves as much as we can be. And so that is what kind of manifests a lot of things for you. Is what gives you new starts and new opportunities and new ideas for what you want to do. It's what makes you be successful in almost everything that you take on. And more so as you kind of keep doing this. Like there's something about like you didn't stop, and that's important. It's important to keep going. Even if you did stop for a while, you went back to it or you picked it up again. And you always made time for it. But there's something about like this is one of the ways that you can authentically express yourself. And like, you know, there's like creative people who can work with like multiple mediums. Like there's like, you know, some of those actors that can like also play an instrument and sing or direct or, you know, be in a play or, you know, do like multiple different things because they're just so creative. And that's great if you can do that. But for most of us, if we could just master at least one creative way to channel our true authentic voice, that is more than that's exactly what we need. That's more than enough for most of us. So if you have that one creative thing that you love doing and you still love doing because it helps you express who you are the most, Source Energy is in your spirit team are extremely proud of you for keeping that going, because it does resonate. Because I feel like there's so many times you want to give up for one reason or another, and you kept going with it, and like they commend you for it, they applaud you for it. Okay, so what does this look like day to day? Like, what does this mean? How is this a new start for you? Queen of Cups, and then Queen of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Hangman in reverse. Yeah, I just feel like you're going to be able to share it more. You're going to be able to share whatever this is. Like, more people are going to get eyes on it or ears on it. Collecting, growing. I feel like you're going to do it more. Nature, outdoors, earth. And I feel like you're going to do it better. You're going to do it more, you're going to do it better, and it's going to be more divine. And, like, there's so many people, like, there's musicians who just have that natural talent, and, like, they become so successful early on because they're following their heart, you know? And, like, they're doing it because they actually love it, and they're really good at it, and they practice it every day. And that leads to mastery, and that's what Source loves, right? You're listening to your own heart and what things that you should master in your own life. But then there's people who take, like, a shortcut, and they go to the devil, and they make all these deals, and so it's on the other side of the coin, right, from God to the devil. And so you still get those gifts, but they're not from a divine source, like, you know, like it's pulling on that divine gift in like a not the best ways. So there's something about like the fact that you did this like naturally and like divinely, and like it matters. The fact that you didn't corrupt it, the fact that you or try not to corrupt it. I do feel like there's an energy of like, if something was affecting your art and how you want to put it out there, you let go of it. There's an issue here. A lot of people who are in the creative line of work, they kind of get frustrated when they can't put out what they need to put out because they need to make money off of it. And I was watching this video, and it was like really well made about that topic, and how it actually helps creatives be more creative, because if you give a creative person a box, they'll like think outside the box, right? So it's like giving them a prompt. Sometimes it makes them more creative, but then you give them deadlines, and you give them like things like, oh, like the audience or clientele or customers need this specific type of type of work. It limits the creativity. So there's a area where it could be helpful to kind of put deadlines and limits and to the creativity, but most of the time it's like too much, and these poor souls who are so creative, they're stuck doing things that like actually harm them in the long run, and won't let them express themselves in the full way they could have or should have. And it's like you need to compartmentalize. Like, only a few of us, not many, are lucky enough to be able to do what we love, express it fully and completely, and make a lot of money off of it, you know? And if you get there, it's like you've like mastered something, or it's in your destiny. But for most people, you need to compartmentalize. You can't expect, you know, one thing to cover all your needs, you know? And so I'm getting this energy of like, you kept this pure, or you tried to keep it pure, or you're going pure with it now. And so that's kind of what about that? Why is that a big deal? Justice. Like, you're doing it fairly. I'm hearing for yourself and for the art, the creative energy, divine energy. You're respecting that creative flow. Okay, so what does it look like day to day? Three of Swords, expression. That's a creative expression card. And the King of Wands in reverse. The fact that you don't, like, the fact that you don't think long term about this in the same way anymore is really, really important. The fact that you're keeping it pure, and the fact that you're not looking at it like, what can I do? Like, where can this go in the future? Protecting love. You're protecting the sanctity, the purity, and the sanctity of this act in which it's a sacred act. You're creating from divine energies, and you're not going to let anything corrupt it anymore. And I think that's like, it's really, really commendable. Like, it's extraordinary thing to do, because most people bend their knee to whatever distracting energy corrupts that pure flow. And so there's something about like source energy commending you for that. Okay, so like, how does it look in your life now? Summer in reverse. Instead of thinking about like, oh, this will get better, this will be better for me later, you're just kind of enjoying it now for what it is. Imagination. You're allowing it to kind of just be the part of you that you can imagine, that you can be childlike, that you can be in your pure form, and letting that just be what it is. Like, let it just be a channel, a form in which you can express yourself and nothing more. And like, and just for yourself. You don't have to do it with anyone else or anything. Someone that's around you a lot. And static source. Yeah, I feel like there's like too many people who are kind of right now, who are kind of, I guess, like making you perceive the way that you pursue this in a negative way. Like, well, you're not making money off of it, or it's taking up too much of your time. It's like you're not really spending time with your friends or your partner, or, you know, like, it's not going to do anything for you in the long run. It's not going to pay your bills or wash your dishes. Like this is something like that. It's like, I think there's people around you who don't see the value in something like this, when they don't realize that like all your great like epiphanies and discoveries in life will be made through this kind of channeling work. That's basically what it is, channeling work, this creative thing that you do. And it will help you in more ways, and it helps a person in more ways than they can imagine. And it's because it literally helps their imagination. It literally helps expand their minds, and literally helps them like kind of express themselves. It's like, what was it? There was like this, like, I forget what the premise of the video was, but it's kind of like people who take the time to, oh yeah, like Gen Z. Is there a video about like millennials, Gen X, and Gen Z? And it was just kind of like Gen Z was being like, they were too shy to kind of express themselves and be who they are. So they're like, I want to be normal, I want to be average. And the millennial was like, yeah, like, you know, like being your true self, like that's what makes you successful. That makes you like, you know, later on in life, it makes you like more interesting and more, it makes life more fun. And, you know, you definitely reach more success in life if you pursue that. And so something like that, like, it'll definitely make you more successful in life in all ways. But I'm getting from like spirit, like, you don't even have to like, you know that, like, inherently, you know that deep down, like, whatever it is you do for expressing your creativity, it will help you expand every part of your life to be better than you could have ever imagined. So something about like spirit just kind of wants you to acknowledge it. Okay, let's just wrap up this reading Queen of Swords and the Justice. Yeah, we have a very air, like Libra energy here. It makes you look good too. It makes you physically look good because when you're in that flow state, your body like doesn't tense up. Like it's like the energy that you keep yourself in the longest, it shows on your face. So if you're really angry all the time, even if you have angry thoughts or like negative thoughts, like your face will start to become like grouchy looking. But if you kind of have pleasant thoughts all the time, or thoughts that you like having, and if you're in that flow state especially, oh my goodness, if you're in that flow state, you're going to look more divine. Like literally your face is going to look younger, more youthful, and have a glow from the inside. And you're going to look more like the angelic version of yourself, the more perfected version of yourself. So how many more reasons do you need? Like every part of your life will be better. Decisions, anything you need to do, healing, inner work, figuring out what steps to take next, having a brilliant idea, finding new goals for yourself, or you and your partner, or you and your family, or your business. It can help you with a lot of different types of creative solutions you need in your life, whether it's repairing that deck in the backyard, or how to approach this meeting coming up, or what am I gonna do for my friend's birthday next weekend? Like whatever it is, it's the answer to everything. It's similar to meditation, where if you fast, if you meditate, and if you express yourself in a creative way, these are all, or spend time in nature, or working out in a way that like your body likes it, all get you into a flow state. All are ways to kind of connect with your inner universe, to source energy, to help you solve any problem that you have anytime. Literally the keys of life. What else do you need to know? The World card. Literally, it'll give you the world. I'm trying to end this reading on a note that like kind of gives you something that is like tangible, and you can be like, yeah, like this is a big new thing that's starting my life right now. But I feel like your life is already so expanded because your mind is, and your heart is. And I feel like Spirit's like, I can take you to the next level. Tell me when you're ready. And I feel like you're like, I'm ready. And you're about to take this creative hobby that you've been doing. Maybe it's more than one for some of you who are extremely talented and gifted. And you're going to fly. You're going to fly. And you don't care who sees it, if you become famous, if you make a ton of money, if you get a lot of recognition or rewards or whatever. It doesn't matter. You're going to master this thing. I do see that you're going to get eyes on it, a lot of eyes, but it's because you're doing it in such a divine way. You're going to glow. This is you shining your light to its brightest. All right, pile 3. And if that isn't enough, you're on the wrong channel. All right. And if it does, then you're with the right soul fam. All right, pile 3, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, I really appreciate a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 4. We're looking at something new starting in your life right now. So let's see. What's something new starting in your life right now? And then how does it look in your day-to-day life? Okay, the tree. The post. The priest. The past. And wealth, of course. Growing. Karma. Okay, so something about the past being laid down. Hard work. Hard work is a thing of the past, I'm hearing. Hard work is a thing of the past. Okay. The moon. Okay, so I feel like you're a little bit confused right now. I feel like you're kind of in a transitional place, which is really appropriate for this time right now, especially for a lot of people. Is um like something big is happening in your life, and there's like big changes happening, and you kind of see it, but you kind of don't know exactly where it's gonna go. You just know to put one step in front of the other. To take one appropriate risk, big step, big move, one after another, and you're doing it kind of gradually and in a pace that works for you. But you're seeing your efforts kind of pull something in, and you just don't know exactly how it will play out. You have some sort of idea, but maybe not an exact idea. So a lot of people are in this type of energy, but I feel like for you specifically, Pile 4, I feel like everything is going to come much, much easier now than ever before. I feel like some other piles, like they might have new things coming in too, but it's like it's going to take some work and effort. I feel like for you, whatever is coming in, it's like you don't have to work as hard anymore because you already have in the past. And I'm also getting from the karmic energy, like people in your ancestral bloodline have already also put in enough energy where now it can come easy. It should come easy, whatever this is. So what is it that is coming in? It's like a bit easy and starting for you now. Stork, new beginning. Yes, we know that. Change, transformation. A child. Okay, with a stork and a child together, we do see that. Yeah, you could possibly having a kid or a child come into your life somehow. But I do feel like for most of you, getting pregnant or having like that type of energy come into your life, a child. And then the cross, but it came out in reverse. And the snake in reverse. So I think new beginning, child. It's like a child or something that's like as big an energy as a child. Of course, nothing is as big an energy of a child, but you get it. And then the cross and the snake coming out. This is a special child. This is someone who will defeat evil. I'm getting like it could be a indigo child, a crystal child, a rainbow child, that kind of thing. This child of yours, it could be like something that's like your baby, like a business or a legacy project, or something like a nonprofit, something that takes care of a lot of people, a charity. Maybe it's something to do with like that education system, or something to do with children. But I do feel like for most of you, it is having your own, like having a child or having a child come into your life. For most of you, obviously, if you're in that child rearing age, it's you having a baby. And I do feel like this one is because you're in such a high frequency place and such a like really, really like you've done some stuff on your spiritual journey. This child of yours is actually gonna be, I am hearing, the first in the line of first in your bloodline to be like fully powered on, and they're gonna have their full intuition, psychic abilities on. They are like extremely protected, extremely divinely connected. And that's gonna be a whole like new learning curve on its own, because like I'm getting like and like this is like new experience, right? Like people going into the 5D with their bodies now, but and so that creates even a more unique situation where 5D people can still have children, are having children without like karma, which was like one of the reasons like a lot of spiritual people didn't have children in the past, is because they didn't want to pass on the karma. Yeah, but I do feel like you're a spiritual person and you do want to have children, and it's different than the children in the past. We already started to see like how babies born now are super different. Okay, so literally a new birth, new beginning. Wow. Okay. 4 Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. I do feel like this comes kind of out of nowhere. Pile 4. I'm sorry. I'm just it's a gift. It's a gift from God, of course, but this might be kind of like surprising news for a lot of you. But I do feel like there's kind of like an energy of like getting ready for it, like feeling like, oh shoot, now I need to get ready for this, financially and practically with material things. Okay. The Knight of Wands and the Seven of Swords in reverse. I feel like someone doesn't know or doesn't have the information or won't be telling you the truth about something. Okay. What is that about? Lily, old age, maturity, virtue, wisdom. There's someone here you can't trust, so don't. Just give me a second here because I want to see. I feel like you're too smart to know. Yeah, you're too intuitive to know that this person isn't like they're. I feel like they're coming in. They're like, let me help you with this, or let me tell you some information or something like that. And the way that they come in so quickly, and the way that they kind of talk to you, and they're like, you know, I feel like you're better off without this person. I feel like they're gonna use it as some sort of excuse to, I don't know, like I feel like you have a really strong abundance energy, and you're gonna get you're gonna get a lot of money, you're gonna get a lot of whatever. And it's gonna be better to keep that abundance energy to yourself. I feel like this abundance energy is the kid or money. 10 of Wands, the Emperor. Who is this person? A man. Oh my gosh, pile 4. Emperor. What is the 7 of Wands? And, sorry, 7 of Swords and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Someone coming back. Oh, okay. Celebration. Okay, and then who is this guy and this money energy? Emergency, secret, private. Oh God. Is it the baby daddy or is it related to the baby? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, pile 4, but I'm getting that, like, if you get pregnant by someone, or if you impregnate someone, like, be careful of that person coming back when you know they're not good for you. Is it the person who has to do with this baby? Is it someone else coming back? Oh. Okay. 7 of Wands, the Hangman. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So I do feel like okay. All right. Okay. It's better than I thought. Oh my god, Pile Four. I was like so nervous. I'm like, how am I gonna tell Pile Four? Okay, it's good. It's good news. Okay. So Pile Four, I feel like you or your partner gets pregnant kind of unexpectedly. And I do feel like someone tries to come back into your life, and it could be a past lover, or it could be like people that aren't like someone who isn't good for you. And I feel like this person, it could be like a family member. And I do feel like it's like a past lover or family member. And I feel like they're trying to come back into your life, but because you trust your partner so much and they trust you, I feel like this like catalyzes your next moves together. I feel like you and this person figure out some plans together. Um, so you don't have to rely on someone in the past to help you figure this out. Does that make sense? Eight of Wands, yeah. I feel like it brings forth like a lot of decisions that both of you have to make very quickly. Are you on good page with this person? Ten of Pentacles, yeah. It's kind of like, I think both of you kind of didn't expect it. But then, like, with this happening, both of you are kind of in the same page where it's like, okay, yeah, well, yeah, sure, we could do this, you know? And it kind of inadvertently kind of creates this new timeline where the two of you will have like a happy family, happy home together. But I feel like it's kind of like spur of the moment, like it was unexpected. Whoa. Queen of Cups. And I feel like you can't be bothered by these people in your past because you have to take care of yourself now, or you have to take care of like this growing baby. And so it's kind of like I feel like this is a group where like maybe you are so stuck and you really didn't. I'm hearing grandparents come through because there's a lot of like karmic, not karmic, but bloodline, ancestry, karmic type energies that are coming through. And I feel like this is like if this, there's a lot of new stuff happening for people, but like a lot of people are finishing off a lot of big karmic cycles for their bloodline, for their from their ancestry line. And so I've been getting a lot recently of people connecting with their like grandparents and ancestors and past over loved ones. And so I can definitely like feel it, like a lot of people's, a lot of light workers, starseeds, like family are on the other side are joining them right now to help them with like big things that are happening in their life right now. And I feel like for you, Pal 4, like maybe there was not really good ways out. And like I'm not saying like you should go out and do this, but like I feel like if it's not having a baby, it's something just as significant or like on that level, you know, where something happens, maybe like your, you know, a home gets flooded or there's a natural disaster or like there's some sort of medical emergency or like, you know, a a job change, but it's like an important job or something like that, like that requires you to be a service somewhere, or like you know, something like that, like where it's kind of like an emergency, an important, it's an important thing. It's important for you to kind of pick up and go. And I do feel like people from your past are not going to be like happy about it. And they're like, wait, tell us more. Like, I can help you or we can help you. And you're kind of like, no, like, this is too important to let anyone from my past like know about it and to ruin it or like to help with or something like that. Because I see celebration, like you're happy about it. And whoever is involved, whether it's like soul family or soul friends or a partner or whatever the situation is, a close confidant, friend, family member, whatever it is, I feel like the two of you kind of look at each other, or like the small group of you kind of look at each other and be like, this is it. This is like we should like this is gonna change things for us drastically, but it's now or never. And I feel like it's like that. it's that big of an event and that quickly that you guys have to make a decision and kind of have to be like, we could make this work. Like, this could be really, really special. And it does end up being really, really special, 10 of Pentacles. But it kind of happens, like, so quickly that you guys, like, didn't even, like, see it happening. Whoa. Pile 4. Okay, so what is this kind of energy that's coming in that's like really big, that's starting for you? Rider, yeah, and woman. So we got the woman and man, and we got the 2 Knight of Wands kind of energy. Well, I consider this Rider Knight of Wands energy. I feel like that's people coming out of like everywhere. Page of Swords, yeah. People, like people trying to give you their advice, and like I feel like there's people who are kind of like trying to deceive you, who actually don't care for you, but they're trying to like wiggle their way into your life, or like try to take advantage of the situation or something like that, or take advantage of you during the situation. And then there's people coming to your life, but they're trying to offer you advice, but it's not good advice. And it's not even like really relevant either. Like not only is it like not good advice, but it's also like not helpful whatsoever, like to anyone or like to the situation. Like it has nothing to do with it. So I'm getting like that's how bad pile 4 the people around you are. Like you know how like sometimes like in crises, you can see people's true colors. Like I feel like spirit, or I feel like more your grandparents or ancestors, and like spirit too, your spirit guides brought in this situation in your life because like I feel like you needed it out of all the piles. Like you needed like a drastic change the most, like a divine intervention the most. And I feel like it's because like spirit wanted to show you like, look, like this is what the kind of people that are around you right now, like, can you see it now? So I think you needed a little bit more. I think you maybe you were been too kind or too forgiving of the people around you. Maybe you've been kind of staying around the people around you even though they no longer serve you or aren't that great. Maybe you kind of been doubting like, oh, maybe they are fine, maybe it's just me. But I think more so than the most of the other piles, like I think you were kind of being more gracious and you needed it to be. I heard this saying recently and it really like stuck with me. It's like, you're trying to give more grace than God. Like, who are you to do that? How to try to be more gracious than God. Like, some people don't deserve your grace. And so this was kind of like a bigger wake-up call for you, Pile 4, to let you know, like, this is the kind of people that are around you right now. You can't be around that. And, like, you have something big going on. And you need to kind of keep it. It's like it's emergency. It's like a big deal. And don't worry, you'll know how to handle it and everything. And you have the right people. Community, yeah, you'll have the right people come in for you to help you with this. Like, I'm getting a small community or one person that will help you get that right community, whatever. Family, friend, yeah. Like someone who feels like, that's why I literally said like soul family or soul friend, or like a small, like really close friend or really close family member. Like that's what I literally said that. Wow. But yeah, like that they're gonna, that they'll come through for you. The Sun card, yeah. It's gonna be very positive, and I think you know that. But I think when this event is happening, I feel like you're just kind of like, okay, I just need to get through it. I just need to have. This is the time to show my strength and cut these people off, or to make moves. Page of Cups in regards to what? 7 of Cups. Like, yeah, I feel like there are people around you. Like, I feel like they're giving you. Is this one person or more than one person? More than one, but like I'm hearing one is all you need, but there are a few or several people around you. I feel like one person is particular who's kind of one person who comes with another person. Like, so for example, if you or your person got pregnant, maybe you or their family is like willing to kind of help out with the situation, whereas the other person's family is like gonna be bad for the situation, like, so you, or like maybe they have a few people they know in that area or that workplace or that whatever. And so it's like, okay, like there's some good people I can trust in that area, for this big change that I need to make. Something like that. So I do feel like don't worry. Like this one person, like they're gonna offer you something little. And it's like you're gonna be kind of like oh my god, like is this enough? Like do they even want this? Like is this even possible? And they pull through. They're like, yeah, this is all I can offer right now. But like I feel like they're sticking with you, like loyalty we got. They're gonna stick with you and they're gonna help figure it out for you. But they're offering this one small step in the beginning, until you can kind of like rest, and then they can ask their other few friends or family members like ideas on how to like move forward. And so you'll feel good because you're like, okay, at least this person is helping me and they're gonna like stick by me to help me figure out this emergency situation. And there's like other few people around at least, and so you can rest, like, because I feel like you kind of had to deal with big things. And yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Something completely different. Okay. Okay, so that's the something new starting is synchronicity. Something happens in divine timing. It could have been more perfectly planned. Healing, and I think it's because like you've done a lot of your healing, but you have like one, like I feel like you needed like more of like a push to go to the next step. And that's why your guides and your ancestors are helping you out. And then in terms of like how it will look day to day in your life, star, yeah, the star and the 10 of Pentacles and the Sun card, like every day is it's gonna be like, wow, this is working out better than I thought, and like, wow, this is like actually really good. Like, oh wow, actually this is like better than the life I could have envisioned for myself. Like, wow, like I'm really happy here, really happy with this decision, this person, these people. This is like turning out to be a dream come true. You just needed that little push. And the Prince, I do get is like that energy of the Page of Cups energies. Like I feel like they kind of just like in the beginning they're like, this is all I can offer, but they like step up. They're like they didn't get scared or freak out. Like they came to you and they're like, this is a situation. I think if it affects them too, they're somehow involved. If it's a baby, it's obvious how they're involved. But if it's not, if it's something like it's something that they're involved in somehow, and you both figure it out. Beauty, the Prince and the Beauty. I do feel like both of you are kind of like, oh, like didn't know this was gonna be a thing, but okay. But I do feel like it's kind of like both of you or the lot of you are gonna realize like they couldn't have gone much better. Soulmate, yeah. All right, Pile Force. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate like a comment. With that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Much love and light. Hi, beautiful Pile 5. We're looking at something new starting for you right now, and we're gonna also look at how it looks like in your day-to-day life. So let's see what is something new starting in your life right now. Physical security, second house, material values. Okay, so I do feel like physical security. So I do feel in terms of home and material wealth and income. It's going to be pretty fixed. And physical security in terms of you're protected, your home is protected physically as well. Yeah, okay. So security in the true sense of the word, but also financial and material security. Okay. The moon in reverse. Okay, so I do get this energy of like, you already know this. You kind of already know like things are kind of coming together for you. I do feel like if this is something new starting and it's very big and it's starting right now, this is something that you kind of, I don't want to say struggled with in the past, but I'm getting that like there was a lot of challenges around these areas. for a specific reason. I think you already really well know why you're deprived of physical security for a long time in certain ways, maybe all the ways, at different times over the past whatever years in your last cycle. And I'm getting it's because of whatever lessons you need to learn, whatever karma you need to finish, and then all the hardships, like you already know like why, who, what, when, where, why, you know, like you already know all the information behind it. Like you have full clarity I'm getting. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, and pile 5. When I say it's gonna rain, I mean it's going to pour, because we have a ton of money here. Ton of money. And it's like so funny. I'm using the nautical deck for this one because like that is so associated with finances. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. You know you're not setting yourself up. You weren't setting yourself up for the bare minimum. You weren't setting yourself up to just scrape by or to do well enough. You are going for the highest and best. Like you are going for the penthouse, and you're getting the penthouse, pile 5. All right. So what is something big that is starting for you right now? Aries. Okay. Independent, brave. So yeah, so you might be like a Pisces rising. I'm getting kind of like a Taurus moon, or like a earth moon, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn moon sign. Yeah, and then yeah, I'm getting Pisces, Aries, and Taurus, like those kinds of signs for like something in that area. Maybe your big 3 maybe in that area. It doesn't have to be, but I'm getting that like there was some sort of challenge when it came to physical security. Yeah, and then Taurus is a natural second house. Whatever sign your second house is in, I feel like that sign particularly had a lot of challenges. Maybe there was a lot of eclipse seasons recently, or a lot of planets, big planets transiting that sign or something like that. Or affecting that, or your moon sign, and like that'll be your clue. Maybe you have your moon in your second house, your second or first house. Yeah. Okay. So I do feel like what's coming in is like I feel like you were kind of held back. You were held back so much because you never had like the resources you needed. And you're like, if I just had these resources, like sometimes it's not even money, it's just kind of having like a specific kind of home, or a specific kind of location, or a specific kind of person to work with or collaborate with, or something like a specific type of equipment or gear or office or whatever. Like I feel like it's like I do feel like it's more like a material thing. Like if you just had these things, you'd be able to, it'd make your life so much more easier. I do feel like you're a go-getter. You're a very hard worker. You can see into the future. Like I'm getting you can see trends, and not just one area. Like I feel like you're good at like having a lot of ideas, but I feel like you always lack the resources to kind of bring all your ideas to fruition sometimes. And I think that frustrates you because I think you're a natural inventor, innovator. And the magic of that is to bring your creations to life. So I feel like it's frustrating for you because I feel like the way that you are creative, the way that you think, the way that you channel, the way that you get ideas, is expensive. So it's like, okay, like, why did God give me this gift if I can't make it happen? Because I feel like the thing that you need to create, the material for that or the equipment you need for that is really, really expensive. And so it's like kind of like you can't even explore your God-given gifts because in today's world, all that stuff costs way too much more money. Like, why couldn't I have been like a painter, or why couldn't I have been like a, something else? Like, why did I have to go into something that's like so expensive and so hard to do because it's so hard to resource or find or, get the right people or get the right material or whatever. Like, I'm getting it's like hard to find, like, even if you've built a business, it's hard to find employees, or even if you work for a business, it's like hard to find other people who are in the same line of work as you or something like that. This could be also like a hobby or a side project, but I do feel like success, 6 of Wands. I do feel like you succeed in this on your own because you were brave with your passion and because you went for it. So what is this big thing starting? The Hanged Man. You've been waiting for this. And this is something that's like not something necessarily new. It's just kind of new in the way that you're going to be handling it, like the new direction it's going to go in. It's like you finally have success. Like, you've been waiting for the success, and where is it going to go? What are you going to do? Now you can do all the other things that you wanted to do. So I feel like you just needed one idea to kind of take off, and as soon as that happens, you're able to kind of make moves on a lot of the other ideas that you had. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what are these other ideas you get to work on? Self-expression, truth. I feel like you can finally express yourself because I feel like you have expensive taste. You have very expensive hobbies. Expensive preferences, or just very niche, very unique, or very specific interests or ways to express yourself creatively. So I do feel like for some of you who pick this pile, like, you do come from wealth and it still isn't enough, or maybe you kind of had to make your own way in order to keep up all these expensive hobbies or tastes or whatever. I feel like some of you are a collector, and in order to kind of pursue your collection, like, you need something to fund it. So you're like, okay, like, I'm smart enough, I have the capital, like, I can figure something out and get a way to fund my hobby, get a way to fund my passion. And I think you finally do. Pile 5. So that's what it is. Okay, Scorpio. Intensity, exposing, purging, renewing, but it came out in reverse. So 5 of Swords. I feel like in the past, like, you kind of did pursue some of these things even though you didn't have the means to, or as soon as you had enough, like, you kind of went out and did it, and now you're more careful, now you're more grounded, and you think ahead, and you're like, okay, I can't just, like, as soon as I get enough to go on the skydiving trip, or, go off-roading, or, go purchase this really expensive painting, like, I can, manage my time, energy, and money better, think long term, make wiser decisions, and still do what I want to do. So I feel like you had to become like a good business. You had to become a good businessman. You had to become a strategist. You had to become better versed in this and that in order to fund this lifestyle or this way of life or this passion. It is a passion. What does Spirit have to say about that? The Chariot and the Seven of Swords. They're slowing you down. They're slowing you down because Ten of Wands. Okay, on top of the Sun card. So I do feel like as soon as you get this like win, I feel like you're gonna be like, oh, I'm on the next plane out. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, maybe you have a love traveling, or maybe you know, whatever it is, like training with the best of the best in this kind of whatever. Like, whatever it is, like, I feel like you're like, as soon as you get the success, you're like, I'm on the next plane out. And Spirit's like, nope. Like, put your butt down and wait. Like, take your time. Because, like, as soon as, like, these funds come in, like, I feel like you want to leave right away. You kind of have a plan of, like, if this works out, then this is what I'm going to do. But Spirit's like, no, like, there's a lot of energy coming in, and you might actually change your path somewhat. So you might want to, it might benefit you to kind of, like, sit still for a second and let things kind of happen and come through. Pisces. Yeah, see, I said, like, there's, like, a Pisces, Taurus, Aries energy here. Intimacy, intuition, and compassion. And Virgo, Scorpio, Leo. A lot of signs here, but okay. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of being a little bit headstrong, and Spirit wants you to kind of tune into yourself and like be like, is this what you really want to do right now? Is there something better you could be doing? Is this who you are still, or has it changed? Have you changed these goals, refined these goals? Is there a better direction? Is there another direction you haven't explored that you might want to check out? Like, take the time to kind of think that way, Spirit is saying. The High Priestess, yeah, the High Priestess and the Pisces, they really want you to tune in. Because, like, I feel like you're very action-oriented, and I'm hearing it's been like a slow grind, but like the Spirit really wants you to think about something. Okay, so what is this new thing starting? Cancer, nurture, comfort, protection. Yeah, with the Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, with all this like water energy now, I feel like Spirit's kind of like, yeah, we understand with the Moon card here that you have clarity of why you were deprived of these things before, but then like apply it. Spirit's like, apply it because now you know, so don't make the same mistakes again. That's why they're like, hold up, you're getting this, but like you have to prove it to yourself now that you have changed and you're not going to do the same things again. Knight of Cups. Yeah, love yourself. Like, better. Like, the Spirit is they're kind of getting a little bit like, they're like, they're that friend who kind of speaks truth when you need to hear it. Spirit's kind of saying like, didn't you work really extremely hard to get this success? Like, didn't you? We understand that you have like a game plan and stuff like that, and you're excited because you haven't been able to do this in a minute, or like kind of live out how you wanna live out for a minute. But like, take a breather. Take a breather. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you kind of. Okay, how long? How long should you take a breather? 20 days, like a few weeks. Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks. Like, when the success happens, like, see, that's how fast you want to go. You're like, as soon as you get it, you're like, I want to go. Literally book the flight tonight, go tomorrow. And Spirit's like, can you like take 2 or 3 weeks, please, pile 5? Like, I feel like you can't sit still. You're like, I'm ready. I want to go. I'm hungry. I've been waiting for this. And granted, like, that's good, and like, you should. For as much as you've been grinding and as hard as you've been working, you deserve it. But Spirit's like, you will think of something better. You'll think of something better if you just take a few weeks, okay? And then I got a year. And then what is that year about? The first house, yeah. So I got first, second house energy. individuality, self-image, and approach to life. And we do have the sun card here. So we do have like that sun rising and then moon signs. Like the big three here. So I do feel like that is very like spirits. Like, can you go back to your sun, moon, and rising, and how did you relate to it before this cycle, and how do you relate to it now in this new cycle? Like, you can think of a better way to use this success to expand who you are now versus than who you were. Because I feel like you want to celebrate and you're like, I want to get out there and do things, but spirit's like, wait, there's a better way to do it. Okay, just take a minute, take a 2 or 3 weeks, at least a week if you can't sit still, and just think about, just do the inner work for how you've changed. Yeah. Material things. Yeah, material things. It's fine to like nice things, but I feel like you like better things now. So think about that. Like, how have you improved? It's okay to do some things that you did in the past, but like, what are some new things that this new version of you likes, that improves your life, that it builds on what you have done before, that you can use this success, these funds that's coming in better. Business, like, yeah, you had to build things, you had to use your business mindset. Casual love interest. Yeah, I feel like you had the casual love interest. I feel like you had a lot of. Yeah, I feel like what it is spirit is saying, like, you had a lot of ideas, and you try to make a lot of them work, and like, yeah, one finally worked, and it's successful, and now you can like fund a lot of these other projects. But spirit's like, kind of like, can you sit down and think of just like one or few that you want to do? You know, think about like, in the next year, what would you like to see happen? Like, if there's one business idea or one innovation, one idea that you want to make happen in your life, like, what would it be? And this is like important to you in more ways than one. It's important to who you are now. Instead of just kind of trying to throw your money in anywhere to kind of make money. Like, you know, it's like people who kind of throw their money in any quote unquote good investment opportunity because they just want more money back, but they're not actually taking the time to see what resonates with them. You know, putting money into stocks that actually mean something to them. They just want to make a quick buck, you know? Like, there's like a difference when you put your money and energy into something that really, really matters to you versus only for its own sake, you know? So there's like something. Like, then you're the side piece I'm hearing. if money is working for itself, then you're the side piece. Like, I feel like I'm hearing like, you need to really, really change your relationship with money, and it seems like you have, but at this point, it's like, are you gonna treat it casually again? Your relationship with money, because money's coming back to you. They're giving you a second chance, or the third, fourth, fifth, 10th chance, and they're like, okay, because money is divine energy, but money is still its own energy, entity. It's like, we're giving you a chance again. Are you going to work on this relationship with us? Or are you going to do the same bullshit that you've always had? You know? So, money is here. Like, you've been working on it. They're like, okay, fine. You've been working on this energy with us. And we're going to listen now. But if you mistreat us one more time, there's no guarantee that you'll ever see us again. So, pile 5. This is a good time to actually do some inner work with your higher self, your soul, and with this money energy. It will really, really benefit you. Okay, let's see. 7th house. Yeah. Profound relationships. Making a romantic relationship with money. And 4 of Wands. Creating a successful marriage and home with money. So Pile 5, I hope you enjoyed this reading. It really does seem like you're on a good path here, but you know what to do. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 6. We're looking at what's something new starting for you right now. And we're also going to look at how it looks like in your life right now, too. Okay, so what's something new starting in your life right now? Something that's pretty drastic, pretty big, and then starting pretty immediately, too. Courage in reverse. And beauty. I feel like you're coming out. I feel like you're coming out with your new glow up, with your new inner glow up as well. I feel like you're kind of letting people see you now. I feel like you're coming out of hermit mode, or you're just letting your guard down a little bit. Maybe you're putting yourself out there for dating or new friends or new work, or just kind of reconnecting with old friends or connecting with new ones. There's this type of energy of I'm bright, I'm shining, like this, like I'm gonna be seen. I feel like there's a bit of like a protective energy that you have that's a kind of like, okay, I don't need to protect myself so much anymore. And so I do feel like there's kind of an energy of like, I'm ready to come out into the limelight. Then King of Wands, okay. I feel like you don't really have like there's no like game plan. There's no like kind of reason for you to do this, like for a work thing or you want to date or anything. You're just like, I'm just ready. Like I'm just ready to go out there. Like, yeah, of course, like it's gonna affect my life in different ways, but I feel like for you, Pile 6, I feel like there's an energy of just, hey, I'm in this good place. I'm kind of feeling good about myself. I'm kind of feeling good about, maybe you were kind of worried about how people perceived your work, or maybe you were worried about how maybe you have a new look, or you didn't know how people would react. Maybe you're finally comfortable with a specific type of interest or personality quirk that you have, and you're like, okay, you know what? I finally worked on myself enough to have like confidence, to be my true self out there. Like it's now or never. So I don't think it's like really directly related to anything specific, like, oh, you're doing it for work or you're doing it to date or anything. Like I think it's just because like you're like, I'm doing it for me, you know. Like this is my time to shine. Like I'm ready to get out there and let the opportunities come to me. Let my beauty shine from inside and out. Like I don't need to be protected so much anymore. Like I have the confidence. I have the inner stability and no, like you have the confidence that you should have a lot of confidence that you know yourself and what you're about, kind of thing. Okay, so protection, yeah, see, I do feel like you had to protect yourself a lot, and that's why you kind of hid yourself. Maybe people weren't so welcoming to however you presented, and or however you wanted to present. And I'm talking about like maybe your style or maybe some sort of interest that you had. Maybe it's something, your political identity, or maybe, yeah, I do feel like it's something like you're interested in, or a lifestyle choice or something like that. Like I think you felt like you had to protect yourself. Well-being and manifestation. Yeah, because like you're like I feel like you didn't have the bandwidth for, like I feel like even though maybe you were proud of it sometimes or confident in it sometimes or not ashamed of it, but like I feel like you didn't have the bandwidth for it. So there's like protection going on, but more for there were more reasons you needed protection than what other people thought of you. I think there was like more stuff going on there. Maybe some past traumas or healing that you were working on. that you just felt like, okay, you know what, it's better to kind of close out the world or not talk to these specific people or group until I feel ready. And I feel like something is ready for you now. Pile 6. Something is ready for you now. Page of Wands and the King of Wands. I feel like you're ready to kind of go out there and just be yourself. Not exactly at the King of Wands level yet. I don't think you have like a game plan. You're just like, I just want to see what's out there. And I feel like you feel confident enough to do that now, which is a huge step. Like a lot of these like small steps seem so small to people who hasn't experienced anything like that, but like you know what a big win that is, like to be able to do that. It's like, for example, if you've been in if you've been in depression, to just be able to put on like pants and shoes and walk outside, it's like a huge accomplishment. And a lot of people who haven't felt depression that deeply before have like no idea. Or like if you had like a really bad like substance habit, like just to be able to kind of, you know, be able to have like a healthy meal or something like that and talk to a friend without like getting your energy exhausted, like it's such a huge step. Just to be able to go out with a friend, like a huge step or something like that, like, you know. Or like after you have like a breakup, like that was like really bad, or like a death of a loved one that was so like severely like affected your life, someone so close to you. And others may have not experienced that, or maybe have not experienced a relationship like that. Like, you know, like what a big deal it is to even like talk to someone that week or something like that. Like people sometimes might see these small, like not understand how big these small steps are if they've never been through anything similar or that deep. But a lot of us have, and a lot of us see you, pile 6. So, and I think you're kind of like, yeah, like I think you're it's like you have the healing period, but then you have that period of time where you're kind of like getting ready to adjust to your new version of yourself. So even if you've healed, there's also a period of time, and that also usually takes a long time too, to adjust to society now, because everything changed. Nothing stopped while you were stopping to deal with your stuff. People kept going, you know. And so now to catch up with everyone or the world around you and assimilate who you are now and not go back to who you were, and like go out into the world as this new version of yourself. Oh my gosh, like that's so many steps just there, you know. So like there's like a lot that you have to do, pile 6, and I commend you. Your spirit guides, spirit team, like are applauding for you, celebrating for you. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you're not particularly ready to kind of work with other people yet, and then Spirit's like, that's fine. Just like do what you gotta do. Like put on your skates and go, you know, skate in the park, whatever you need to do. The Tower. I feel like there is gonna be something unexpected that happens. And this is aligned with something new. And so you've been hanging out by yourself for a long time, kind of just getting into your own groove. So like when you're kind of finally getting to a good place in your life after a long, deep period of not being okay, like just getting into a good routine is like a huge win. You know, being able to cook for yourself, eat healthy, have good activities, talk to good people. Like it's mostly just like kind of, if you can take care of yourself, you've made like a huge leap forward, right? And a lot of people get to the place where they can't take care of themselves. So just being able to take care of yourself, huge step, right? But then something comes along. High Priestess. The Magician. Okay, the Magician and the High Priestess. Okay. I do feel like there's someone that comes into your life, and I do feel like this person is like I feel like you may be kind of wrapping up your cycle, right? Going to the next. But I feel like this person is already like in the next cycle. And so you really gravitate towards them. There's probably like a low level soulmate connection here. And I feel like you gravitate towards them. What is this type of energy? Boundaries. But I do feel like I feel like you might, like, depending on if you're this person or that person, I do feel like they or you latch on to the other person. And that's not like a good thing, because I feel like both of you are going to be practicing boundaries with each other. So I do feel like once you kind of have not been around people for a long time, you forget like what's appropriate and what's not. And a lot of people, like especially in the spiritual community too, you get excited when you meet someone who talks about the same things that you do, and then you kind of forget that like there's some like social rules, like, you know, that people follow, and you want to throw them out the window because you're like, what social rule? Like, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be truly authentic. I'm gonna just act how I want to act. Like, I'm gonna be myself, right? But then you kind of forget these kind of social rules that we all like take a consensus on as a collective, like, which is like you know what, like, don't trauma dump on someone, you know, kind of thing. Or you know, respect people's boundaries. If someone says like, I need space, you give them space. Don't just keep texting them or whatever, you know, like then you're violating someone's boundaries. How to learn how to, like, what are your boundaries? Sometimes a lot of people don't know what their own boundaries are, because, you know, usually spiritual people are very empathic, and you're so very kind, and so you keep doing too much, exerting too much energy for other people, especially to people who don't give anything back, don't give you energy back, in a way. So like there's like so many things with boundaries, and especially if you pile six, like a lot of the every pile here is starting something, a big new cycle. And I feel for you pile six, like boundaries is a huge one. Okay, so what's happening here? Page of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like you're either being tested or this person is being tested. I think both of you are testing each other. It's a spiritual test to be like, here's an opportunity to see, can you protect your boundaries? Can you respect the other person's boundaries? And yeah, cause that's kind of important. It's like kind of like, it might be annoying a little pile six, because like you're like, I'm just starting this new cycle, and this person comes in and they kind of are pushing my boundaries, or they're setting their boundaries too high or something like that. There's like a misunderstanding around boundaries. So I definitely feel like that's a big thing on how it's showing up now. But the thing is, what's starting is that like it's because you're in such a like a better state, and people can feel that, so they're like drawn to it. But then not everyone is like ready for what that means, you know. Peace and love. Peace and love. I feel like you're practicing peace and love, and I feel like they're trying to practice peace and love, but I feel like you two are clearly in different places. 10 of Pentacles. I feel like for you, pile six, like you're in this peace and love, like high frequency vibration. So if anyone comes into your life that is trying to like test you, because this whole like getting back to a good place thing, like everyone goes through that. There's always cycles of like something happened in your life, you had to figure it out, you know, you have to deal with it, and then like you're finally getting back to a place where you feel, you know, like some peace and quiet and love and, you know, good, right? So I do feel like right now, pile six, like you're in a really high frequency, and you're bringing in a lot of abundance in a lot of different areas. You're in that peace and love, like at the highest frequency, that God-like frequency, and you're bringing in all the abundance, all the manifestations. So with this person, you gotta tell them to stop. You gotta tell them to stop. And if you're the one who's like the, you know, one who's further ahead, the one who can see this from a higher perspective, like you're the one who's going to have to set the boundary and hold it. Because this person might not even like understand that they're pushing your boundaries, and how that's not cool. They might not have boundaries of their own, or they might not know how to respect other people's boundaries, or they might not be able to respect your boundaries, and so you have to make them respected. So there's like it's kind of like when you're closing out the cycle, it might be kind of interesting how you get tested in all these ways. Annoying as it is a sign that you are in that high frequency pile 6. And so people who don't resonate with that frequency, even just a little bit, but most of these people, they're not gonna like, yeah, because I feel like most of these people, like, they might be in a higher frequency, but like they're not in this frequency that you're in. And so even if they're not in your frequency, even just a little bit, that little bit is gonna be very loud. And so I definitely feel like it's time to show, it's time to make that like kind of change in yourself, to kind of like, you have to stand up for your boundaries. You have to stand up for yourself. This is your time to shine. Okay? Anyone who wants a piece of it needs to go away, because there is no line. You're not going to help all these people. They need to know. There's no waiting for them. There's no call back tomorrow. There's no I'll help you a little bit. It's like, like, you have to set the ground rules, because you're just starting this new cycle. And so you have to pass this. You have to. Sorry, spirits like kind of make me like underline have to. You have to set your boundaries. You have to set with other people. Like, how do you expect people to treat you? How do you expect people to interact with you? How do you expect people to communicate with you? You're going to get tested to set those boundaries now. So you're going to probably see a lot of different types of situations come through, whether it's like a coworker situation, someone who's romantically interested in you, a friendship type of vibe, families, just people of all different types. They're going to come to you. You're going to be in this new energy, and you're going to have to be like, yeah, like, this is like, sorry, I won't talk about that. Or if someone's being monitoring energy and they're trying to ask you all these questions about yourself, you can be like, you know what, this person doesn't know me. I don't care how long they've known my family. Like, I don't owe them anything. Like, I'm not gonna tell them what's going on in my life. Like, maybe have a polite answer, like, oh yeah, like, there's like things going on, some changes happening in my life, and keep it at that. Or like and it's gonna be interesting to see how things go. Or yeah, like, I think, thanks for asking, like, what's going on with your life? Or just like have like the kind of like short respectful answer back, because at this point, like, the energy needs to be just you. You're in this really, really high frequency energy. You're just starting out. Paige, you're meant to be going to the king energy. Someone killed that energy. You were in this energy before. You killed it. You went through like a dark night of the soul. Now you're back in this energy. You're just starting out. And Two of Swords. You need to get rid of any distractions. Absolutely get rid of any distractions. Five of Cups. Like, watch. You might even get like kind of like psychically attacked. I saw like I noticed like about a month or two ago, I noticed like when this is the time I was reading, but at the time I'm posting this is like the big changeover into 5D energies in 2026. But I noticed a few months ago, like, yeah, like, people were getting psychically attacked because like people are moving into the 5D, and now that people are in the 5D energies, I'm getting like some people are still kind of residually getting attacked, psychically attacked. So you just kind of have to, but it's not going to hurt you. It's kind of like a fly on the wall, but it's going to be kind of bothersome. It's going to be kind of annoying. So it can't harm you, but it can annoy you. So until you're fully into the new energies, you got to make sure that those distractions don't bother you or keep you down or change your mentality, your mindset. The King of Pentacles, yeah. You're going to be doing really well. Like, a lot of abundance is going to come in for you. You have a lot of big projects going on. So if you have a lot of big projects in terms of your work or your home, your business or whatever, like, that's where it needs your focus. You're in this peace and love energy, and like you're in it. This is the time for you to shine and use that energy to shine for what matters to you the most, which I'm getting is like physical physical abundance, monetary, career, business abundance and success, prosperity. 3 of Wands, you're on the right path, just don't get distracted, Spirit is saying. You're on the right path, just don't get distracted. 3 of Swords, there are 2 of Swords to 3 of Swords. Oh, it's going to level up politics. Like, you just entered this new cycle, and so you're just getting a hint of it here and there. Oh, it's going to level up a little bit. It's going to level up a little bit. Ace of Pentacles. And good luck. But you are getting a good luck opportunity. Good luck. People you are responsible for. So I do feel like neighbor, roommate. So I do feel like these are the people you need to look out for. Okay. Divine love connection. Okay. Spirit saying don't only focus on their connection with your connection with God. I do feel like these are the type of people who live with you or around you, people that you are responsible for. Pets and animals. Okay. Wait, what do you mean? Like, do yes or no? 2 of Cups. Okay. Like, only focus on the people who are, like, literally that you're responsible for and in your vicinity, like, that, like, literally live with you or around you. People that you're responsible for, your pets, and that's it. Basically, like, your kids, your pets, your partner that lives with you, and that's it. Yeah, so we got the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and now the King of Swords. And so they're like, yeah, don't focus on anything but divine love connection. Pure peace and love. And, like, use that to do stuff with work. Transformation, yeah. Like, you're transforming major things in your life, and just, like, you just need to focus on just that. You're taking one step out. 4 of Wands, yeah. You have more important things going on. A fling. I do feel like incoming new love. I do feel like there's new love coming in with the potential of, there's a potential of relationship. I feel like more moving in, someone who you might move in with. And soul, family, and friends are coming in. Many friends, there's a lot more new people coming in. And I do feel like it has to do with you kind of going out there. I do feel like for you, Palisades, these are people who are going to be kind of like the first people that see your energy, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like the people around you that you interact with every day are going to see you, right? So coworkers, your partner or your family that you live with, and your kids, your pets, and maybe, but I'm getting like, only talk to the people that you're responsible talking to. Cut everyone else out. Everyone else is a distraction. There's a good luck opportunity coming because you're sticking with, like, the divine love connection. I'm getting like you're loving God so much and God is loving you back so much. This is a time to transform your life. There are a lot of people coming in. They're going to be the first ones to see your glow up. And then, like, your business is also, you can spend money, money and time. You're going to get money. You're going to get money, more money because of your glow up. 9 of Swords in reverse. Everything's just fading away. Everything bad is just, like, fading away. So, like, let it, Spirit saying, let it fade away. Don't bring anything with you that you're not, like, personally responsible for. Does that make sense? Cut everything out. Cut everything else out. Cut everything else out. Animals. I feel like your pet is, like, divinely connected, but I feel like everyone else, like, this is and the Empress. I feel like they're just not on the level. Like you've moved into 5D. There we go. Now we got the King of Cups. We got all the kings now. So there you go. Pile 6. Like you're in this new energy, and you got to figure out how to navigate each part of your life as this new version of yourself. So you're gonna get people, all different kinds, who are gonna come up to you and be like, "Can I get your energy?" And you're gonna be like, "No, no. This is my boundary. Only come if it's important, or for these reasons." Oh, what are you doing with your life? What's something new going on? What are you doing for work? Blah, blah, blah. No. No. No, thank you. Um, it's just, you have too many good things coming through for you, Pile 6. Like, so many that you can't be bothered. And, like, Spirit is so proud of you for taking that first step to be like, because, like, because like, most of the time, like, when you finish, like, a major inner transformation, you usually kind of finish it with some sort of physical transformation. You know, like maybe you used working out as a tool to get through your healing. Maybe, after you healed from your breakup, you want to kind of cut your hair and, sport a new do. Or maybe you're finally have finally like quit that job that was like causing you so much pain and stress, and now you get to kind of, you want to get a new wardrobe so you can feel more confident and happier, and enjoy your days more. There's like that cherry on top, the icing on top of the cake, some sort of physical transformation. So I feel like that is signaling to you in your own brain that like, I'm here, I've arrived, but it also signals to everyone else too that like, you're here, you've arrived. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, Pile 6. So I hope you enjoy that message. I hope it made sense, because I feel like we went to so many different directions, but like, I feel like it's like that one thing, like you finally stepping out the door and being like, I'm ready. And then you being hit by a lot of people who you need to be like, nope, I am a different person now. Like, you can't do that. These are my boundaries. If you can't stick with it, I'll do it for you, you know? And then a bunch of people coming in that are the right vibe, because you're like in a transitional place where all the old is going out as you stand up for who you are now, what you will accept now and no longer accept. And then all the new ones coming in, that because like your energy is completing, and it's saying like, I know who I am and what I will accept and not accept. And as soon as you just start doing that, that new version of you starts solidifying and calling in people that resonate with you. So that's what I'm saying, like people who are close to you, and then like more and more people, of course. All right, Pile 6. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate like a comment. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.